The average American woman spends around $313 a month just on cosmetics. That's before rent, before groceries, before the streaming subscriptions she forgot she was paying for, and before the food delivery app that quietly charged her $166 last month, which she also didn't notice. Added up, beauty, subscriptions, convenience spending, clothing, memberships, and you're easily looking at $800 to $1,200 a month leaving quietly, not loudly, just draining out while life keeps moving. Most of that spending wasn't a choice she made this month. It was a choice she made once years ago, and it's been running on autopilot ever since. In 2026, a lot of it no longer makes sense. The world shifted, the prices shifted, the spending patterns didn't. That's what this video is about. 10 things quietly draining money right now, and why it's time to look at them. Most financial advice treats money like a willpower problem, but entire industries are professionally designed to extract money from you without you feeling it. Subscriptions, convenience fees, loyalty programs that aren't loyal, all engineered to keep spending on autopilot while awareness stays low. This isn't about what you're doing wrong, it's a recalibration. What made sense to spend on a few years ago might be costing you more than it gives back. Let's actually look. The first one is bloated streaming bundles. Most people pay for 4 or 5 services and keep all of them because canceling feels like effort. You're paying $15 here, $18 there, another $14 somewhere else, and watched maybe 20% of what's available. That's the sunk cost trap. The months keep going. The queue keeps growing. The money keeps leaving. Pick 1 or 2 and stop running 4 out of low-grade anxiety. The second one is brand new cars, especially financed ones. The average new car payment is around $700 a month. With current interest rates, you can easily pay $10,000 to $15,000 in interest alone over 5 years on a vehicle losing value every day. A reliable 3 to 5-year-old car does the same job for a fraction of the cost. We've been sold the idea that what we drive says something about who we are. That idea is expensive. Third, extended warranties and protection plans. Stores push these because they're profitable for the retailer and statistically not worth it for you. Most products either fail early, covered by the manufacturer's warranty, or last long enough that a small personal stuff breaks fund beats any protection plan. The salesperson creates anxiety right at checkout. Most of the time, the thing won't break. Fourth, gym memberships you don't use. Gyms are built on selling memberships to people who won't show up. It's literally part of the business model. If you've been 3 times in 4 months and keep it because canceling feels like giving up, that's a psychological trap. A pair of shoes, a kettlebell, a YouTube fitness channel, none of those charge you $45 a month whether you show up or not. Fifth, over-ordered food delivery. Delivery apps removed all friction from eating, and friction was protecting your wallet. When it takes effort to get food, you do it when you really want it. When it's 3 taps away, you do it because you're slightly tired or slightly bored. Fees, tips, and service charges add 30 to 40% on top. A $14 meal becomes a $22 decision made half-consciously on a Tuesday night. Multiply that across a month and you're looking at real money. Not because you're reckless, because convenience is designed to be irresistible. Sixth, software subscriptions you rarely use. Adobe, Microsoft, design platforms, many charge $20 to $50 a month. A lot of people pay for professional-grade tools they use occasionally or barely at all. Canva does what Photoshop does for most non-designers. Google Docs does what Word does for most people. Before renewing anything, ask honestly, did I use this in the last 90 days? Seventh, fast fashion. Fast fashion runs on novelty seeking, the dopamine hit from something new. Prices feel low enough that it doesn't register as a real purchase. But buying a $12 shirt 4 times because it falls apart is worse than one $40 shirt that lasts 3 years. The closet full of things you don't love, the low-grade guilt, the mental clutter, it's worth asking if that brief pleasure is actually making you feel better. Eighth, loyalty cards and travel memberships you're not maximizing. Many people pay annual fees to chase points they'll never redeem efficiently. The math is designed so the average user doesn't win. If you travel occasionally and you're paying $550 a year for an airline card, calculate what you actually got back last year. Not what you could get, what you got. The number is sometimes humbling. Ninth, buying to impress people who aren't paying attention. A significant chunk of what people buy, the upgrade, the name brand, the nicer model, isn't because it meaningfully improves their life. It's because of how they imagine they'll appear to others. Most people aren't watching your stuff closely. They're thinking about their own. The relief after an impressive purchase is real but short-lived. The financial cost is permanent. 10th, chasing premium experiences because it's expected. Spending on experiences over things came from a good place, but it's become its own lifestyle inflation. The destination wedding, the $300 concert tickets, the trip that lands on a credit card you carry for 6 months afterward. Experiences are valuable. Experiences financed by future use stress deserve an honest look. None of these made this list because they're inherently bad. Most served a real purpose at some point: comfort, convenience, belonging. The shift isn't about deprivation. It's about awareness, the real difference between choosing to spend on something and defaulting into it without ever really deciding. Default spending is where most financial anxiety quietly lives. Not the big conscious purchases. The slow accumulation of things you never stopped to reconsider. The moment you start actually deciding is the moment money stops feeling like something that happens to you. Set aside 1 hour to go through your bank statements from the last 2 months. Most people find $80 to $200 a month in spending they'd genuinely forgotten. For each charge, ask, would I rebuy this today? If the answer is no, that's your signal. Cancel one thing this week. Just one. Wait a month. Most of the time, you won't even notice it's gone. A lot of people carry more financial anxiety than they need to, not because their situation is hopeless, but because they've never gotten a clear picture of where everything goes. Without clarity, the mind fills in worst-case scenarios. What I hope you take from this is permission to look at your spending honestly, without shame, and realize some of what you're paying for stopped earning its place a while ago. Noticing that isn't failure, it's the beginning of being more intentional. You don't have to be perfect with money, just a little more awake to it than yesterday. That's enough. That's genuinely enough. If this resonated, share it with someone who might need to hear it, and I'll see you in the next one.